Casey just told me there wasn't really that much on it. Probably try to catch up. I miss my sister already because she used to do all the mowing in the front and I do it all in the back, and she used to water and weed for me and paint my decks.
Now do you mow around by the pond and all that? So it's a big area then to take care of.
I have to, all the way to the back.
Oh wow, so it is, yeah.
Oh yeah, everything's mowed. And my lawnmower's getting old. I'm hoping it holds out till I sell the property one of these days.
I'm getting old too.
We're all getting old. Oh, it's
That's
starting,
what your wife
sorry.
says, she hopes you hold up till she sells the property.
Yeah, okay.
Picking some stuff out. We can't start early, but we can only start late.
That's the old saying, you know, time waits for no man.
That's
But
true.
it does wait for the woman.
No, we are.
Put that in the minutes, what
You
Mom
know, it's-
said.
It's a fact.
It's
That's all
funny
I'm
when you
saying.
set me back with
That's
the,
why you have
back-
makeup, that's.
Oh
when you set me back the minutes and saying about the spacing, you know, I sat there for 10 minutes. Now, should I put spaces or shouldn't I? I says, if I put spaces, they'll say not to have spaces. But I should have done it.
Usually there's something I personally.
Each subject change.
Yeah, one,
makes-
a change in topic,
Yeah.
you know, that way it separates it, so it's not just like kind
Oh,
of bunched
one
together.
big, okay. Yeah, I know that now, like I said, I debated for about 10 minutes whether I should put the spaces or not put the spaces.
Yeah, I mean, they look good.
I'm getting there.
Yep, absolutely. But if it, you know, cause every time you have a change in topic, it, you know, that way.
You get it with all the
that's
spaces now, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I sent it back to Lean in time, I hope.
Okay.
Well, if you wait for much longer, we'll be able to do the public hearing or
Yeah.
bid opening.
Yeah.
Do we
Well,
have,
I think summer's finally here.
Yes. I don't know,
do we have a non-public meeting tonight?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just on here, so.
It's on the agenda always, just in case, you never know
Oh,
what can
okay,
happen.
I see,
It's just a CYA on our part.
okay. There she is. Sorry.
Alright. I don't touch the recorder, cause I don't know how to operate.
Me either, I just set it on the table, cause I'm sure I'd blow it up, so. I don't touch it.
I don't know how to blow it up, but I'll probably erase everything.
I just push buttons
Yes,
till
please,
something
I need
happens,
that
sooner or later
desperately.
something happens, yeah.
So we're on.
Yep, we're on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alright, everybody all set?
7:07.
Something like that. I got 7:06.
Thank you, 7:06.
Oh, now my wife tells me she'll do the boxes. Alrighty.
It is on the calendar, by the way. It is on the calendar.
Okay.
All set?
Good to go.
Alright, we're gonna call the meeting to order at 7:07. Full board present. Sorry, wow. Wanna make sure she was sitting there, not bouncing around with it. So, anyway. Alright, we'll start with, what the hell are they doing? Oh, that's right, wrong page. Public comment? You got any public comment out there?
I don't.
No? Nope. Alright. Hearing none, we'll close the public comment. Anyone want the motion to?
Yeah, I'll do that for you. I'll make a motion to approve the regular Dunbarton Selectmen's meeting minutes from Thursday, May 26, 7:01 PM as written.
Second.
You got a second, any discussion, gentlemen?
Only just one comment on it,
No.
unless it got caught, but I noticed that Dunbarton was Dumbarton. And I forget where I saw that exactly, but,
On the
it
minutes?
was, yeah, it was in there, and, not that it's a big deal, but I said. And then maybe it got corrected, but on the copy that I read earlier, it was in there. But it appears to be okay here, so. I don't remember exactly where I saw it here, but it looks like it's been caught, so. All good.
Yeah, I'm trying to type faster these days.
Yeah,
All
that's okay.
All those in favor?
I just thought it was funny.
Aye.
I-
We have minutes, alright.
I've done it myself, so it happens.
see it.
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty, well, it's not 7:15 yet. We got 6 minutes.
Yep.
Alrighty, so, I'm gonna start going through some.
I just have one item for discussion, the library, Andrea called us this week, asking if, it was okay for her to research, someone to do the air conditioning, which was budgeted in our 2016 general government building. She was told not to turn the air conditioner on till that
Wow.
box was raised, because there,
That hasn't been done?
no, it has not been
I thought
done.
we took care of that.
That was this
My
year's budget,
mistake?
that's this year's budget.
No, but I
That-
thought we had someone lined up for that.
It's in that quote right there for the budget.
Keep saying here.
All right.
And where that is a combination of things, and where it got everything on hold, I asked if he was still willing and able to do that, and he said he would give us a quote separately on a separate invoice to do the work. The only thing that is noted there is that there's some copper, extending of.
Build a pressure treated platform for air conditioning unit on side of building, paint new platform white to match building, total materials,
And labor.
and total labor, 200 for each, so
Yep.
$400. Okay, I do not have a price yet on extending the copper lines, but my best guess is $300 to $400 since they have to deal with the refrigeration.
We're coming into the hot months, I
Yep.
don't want this to wait.
And I don't know what your thoughts are, gentlemen, but
Who was the installer of that air conditioner originally, do you know?
Andrea told me that they're no longer, they're defunct, the company that
Oh,
we
that
bought
they-
that from, and it's not the same company that we got this from.
Oh, it's not
It's a similar
similar unit?
unit, it's a bigger ground unit with the small is.
Yeah, the only thing I would suggest on that is that we make sure that whoever does the servicing on that equipment is, you know,
Right, and
certified,
that's where
mm,
Keith only wants to deal with just the
Yeah.
construction of that box that has to be
it
built.
would be behoove us to find someone that'll do both all at once instead of having mix and match and.
Most of the time carpenters don't, a plumber won't do something like what we're asking.
I'm thinking you might have a difficult time finding an air conditioning guy that'll also do construction.
Oh, exactly, yeah, cause who brought up the original was Tom Cusano when we were doing the walk around.
Right, yep.
And that being the case, I mean, I know those guys install those things,
Yeah.
so I mean, I didn't know if it,
I mean,
reach out to him.
The boxes here and here, they were completely separate from Tom. They came in, slipped the unit in, ran the wire, and then he did not provide us with any carpenter
Would,
he gave us direction of what we needed to do and build. He said, I just need, if you
Yeah.
want it off the ground, this
so
is what
he
you
had,
need.
so you had to get it up off the ground first.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why she can't run the thing, I mean, it's functional,
mhm.
it's just
It's
no
just,
different than it was in the years before.
yeah, it's just, she was told by, I don't know, if it might have been library trustees that you were walking around the building with, that you would discuss some of the things, and she was
Okay.
directed not to turn it on until it got repaired.
It needs to be modified, not repaired per se, cause I mean, it was still working, it's just eventually it may need a repair because of all the
Yeah, the weeds.
vegetation and
Yeah.
stuff, but. Alrighty,
The problem is, right now, we don't have a whole lot of big projects. Typically, in the past, we had, Kyle Parker, who was a
Mhm.
carpenter by trade, could
Yeah.
do some of these, minor repairs on an hourly basis. And it was an affordable way for the town to do quick repairs that we needed to get done that didn't fall in the threshold of getting out there and,
we have a list of people that work, like do workforce,
I
I
do.
thought we created a list.
Yeah, we do, I
Yeah.
do.
Well, I don't think the carpentry piece is the difficult part, I
No.
think it's the actual
Refrigerate.
moving of the unit. Cause if they need to coordinate so that it happens on the same day, or can would the carpenter be able to build whatever the thing's gonna go sit on, and
They
then
probably have
have
to
the.
build it ahead of time, and
That's
that
what I'm
way
thinking.
it can show up when they come here, so they lift it up and they can put it in here and
Put it
set it
underneath,
on,
right,
put it in place.
Hmm.
So the carpenter's gonna do their work first.
Yeah. Get some prices or ask around and see if anyone's available, and
Yeah.
when.
Robert?
Well, you've already got a fairly
Here's what we got.
nominal price to do that, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah,
So, I don't know, it's like a dog chasing his tail right now.
It's me
Look at the
chasing my tail.
numbers. There's no-
Yeah,
How much difference are you gonna find
Yeah,
in that number,
yeah.
Don't know,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, I know, I have enough common sense to say, if I get a quote and it's $1,000, it's like, okay, I'm gonna make some phone calls,
Right.
because this needs to be done, before it gets hot. We have a price of $300 to $400, and it's the only thing that the plumber needs to do, if he works with St. Pierre and this is a number that we can work within, I'm sure that Keith will work it out so that they're both there together, so that they're making the whole project, you know, from start to finish.
if they
But-
use some PT on this, does it need to be painted right away? Isn't PT's wet, isn't it? When
A
you-
lot of times,
Yeah,
it should be dried out, dried, wait, kind of.
But you're looking at $400, which is,
yeah, no, I'm not,
you know, you might find somebody for $375, or it might be $425.
$200 or, I mean, what the hell's he building it, I mean, for $200, you can buy a lot of PT for $200. I think that's my question. I mean, it's a small box, I mean, it's not like you gotta support 1,000 pounds.
I don't know what the weight of that one is, it's pretty big though. Whatever. Isn't it like 3 feet by 3 feet?
yeah, I would say it's about that.
So it's gonna be a few hundred pounds,
550, 200 max,
that's it?
max, so.
Yeah, I think so. The only thing in there is what, a fan motor and a compressor? right?
Compressor and electric motor.
Yeah.
For a fan.
Yeah, probably a couple hundred pounds.
Fan doesn't weigh much.
I mean, I understand, I understand the number sounds a little high, but the only other way is to put someone on retainer for an hourly rate and say that submit the material list, so the town will buy it, and that's how we can save money, but
Yep.
do people, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, we can look at that for the future, for all these little, maybe we can look at that for the future for all these projects, put a, you know, something out to bid for proposal and
Yep.
have people get back, you know, hourly basis and all that, and lay out the terms and basically put on a retainer.
But the small amount that you're talking about there, to have somebody from town go and chase
That's-
down that amount of material and bring it back,
Yeah,
you know, just remember that that's added into the cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we,
Well, it's not
the problem with getting somebody out to bid and having them on retainer is that, like you said, if it's someone local, more than likely they'll be able to squeeze it into a half-day job or a full-day job, whereas to get this out to bid, to have someone be able to call and say, oh, I need this fixed, can you get over here and fix it? It's not as easy, you know, you're spending more time trying to get them.
Well, we're a couple minutes past our allotted deadline here, so what do you gentlemen want? Just
Why don't we table
report?
that discussion and let's go into the bids?
Okay,
Sounds good.
I'm okay with that.
Alright, we are now going to open the bids for asphalting.
oh, I should give you, that's why I had an extra one.
Oh, you have one? Oh, I didn't know. Oh, thank you.
I know I did, that's what
Thanks.
Alright, the first one we have is from R&D Paving, Franklin. Always checking both, we got a card.
Mm-hmm.
R&D Paving, just Paul. Which one? Quickly get everything filled out. Alright, exhibit B, we have price per ton for top coat and base coat asphalt in place and compacted of $79. Price for handwork is $126. Price per square yard for reclaiming and fine grading is $1.26 per yard. Other is not applicable, yes. So they didn't specify anything else.
So that was $79 a ton for the top coat?
Yep. $126 for handwork and $1.26 per yard for the reclaim and fine grading.
$79 a ton for top or base, either way.
Top or
I told him I just want a one flat rate, not, cause sometimes they'll
the top coat, they'll put it $2 or $3 above, and the base $2 or $3 below. I said, just one even price, just to keep it simple.
Square yard, I'm sorry, it's a square yard, not per yard. Square yard.
Weird.
Yeah. Looks like this must've been their, draft. They sent everything. I think it's in pencil, and this one's in pen.
Oops.
We've got a couple.
Unless
We
they
got like
sent us,
4 of them here.
well, maybe they gave us 5 copies, I think I did.
Yeah.
What company was that? I'm sorry.
R&D.
R&D, okay.
So we all have a copy. Cool. I don't know if we need that many copies, but that's okay. Do you have a paper? Put this card up.
Yep.
Together.
Yeah, 126.
Thank you.
And that was, what do we call that?
126 is, that's
So
the
that
number.
126 fine for the handbook?
The dollar.
Yes.
That's what-
126 for handbook and $1.26
For the,
for a square yard,
for a
right?
square yard for reclaiming.
Okay, got it.
Right. Okay, so there's one.
Just the 126 is a little confusing.
Well, yeah, it kinda looks like it's the
Yeah,
same, but
I-
it isn't.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I had it goofed.
No, you did not.
Okay.
And this next one is from Advanced Excavating and Paving, Suncook. There you go, an envelope any smaller. Got the requisite 100 million copies here.
Wanted to make sure you had enough. A lot of trees
I
gave
think
their
I would
life.
just go with 2.
A lot of trees gave their life for this.
Alrighty.
I guess past boards, when there was only one copy given, I stood here and made copies, so that
I
they
understand.
each could have one.
So they helped you.
Well, that way everybody can look at it themselves. I mean, if everybody wants one, they can have a copy of
Can
it.
I have one, please, so I can just have a reference here?
Advanced excavation, okay, page 1. Oh, they, of course, they sent the whole glossary back again.
You probably thought if they didn't fill it all out, they might be.
It says see attached.
Disqualified.
Exactly, I mean,
See attached, okay, so. We've got the insurance, event, excavating jobs, we've got all kinds. Paving equipment list, the, what is their equipment list? So we'll get that, that's fine. Alright, so we have a vote over information, that's good. And a question, do we have prices? Here we are. Alright, we have for top coat and base coat, $64.50. I'm gonna assume that's a per ton, cause that's what we asked for. Price for handwork is $115. And price for square yard for reclaiming and fine grading, $1.40. And nothing else on the other. Now, let's see if we can take and stick 5 pounds of crap in, I mean, I'm gonna grab a 5-pound bag here. You all set with everything for it? Do you still need that?
Do you want it back?
Please, yeah, like keep them all together and that way, you know, for the time being, if you need one, I mean,
Okay, no, I got everything ready,
Yeah,
I'm all
just-
set.
that way don't get everything mixed and matched and confused or. And also until it's awarded, keeps everybody honest. Alright, we go from Brock's, to next. stamp. We only sent one copy though. Expecting, loading,
Moving.
someone moving into your complex, moving out.
No?
Now you can tell these people deal with the state, you gotta certificate of vote and everything.
Really?
Oh, yeah. God, that drives me nuts trying to find that, get that from people. We've got references, we've got contracts completed within the last 3 years. So, we have the references. Alright. So, alrighty, from Brock's, we have for top coat and base coat, $69.80 a ton. Handwork is $175. And for reclaiming and fine grading per square yard is $2.15. And under other, it says machine work under 200 ton is $200.
What does that mean?
Maybe it's a surcharge.
I would
No,
say
what-
that's what it is.
What do you mean by 200 ton, what does that mean?
Work under 200 ton, that means if you have probably have 200, less than 200 ton of product,
Material?
Material.
I gotcha, okay.
so you get a, like a
So there's
small
a surcharge, how much was that?
$200.
And what'd you call it, machine?
Machine work under 200 ton. So if you have 180 tons drop, you're gonna get charged an extra $200. At that price, well, just get a few extra tons, call it good. It'd be cheaper.
Okay.
Hard?
Well, I mean, the thing is that the bottom line is if you're doing like a couple trench repairs and you're talking 10 or 15 tons.
Yeah,
You know, that's why they do it, they have to mobilize the.
absolutely. The Brock's is kind of a big fish anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah, I mean, get a union outfit out of Mass. But they still, you know, they're a plant here, they like to sell asphalt.
Alright, we have a no-name bid at this point in time, I don't know who it's from, definitely no.
Maybe there's one from Piper, I don't know. I met with him.
Can Brothers Construction,
Oh,
Inc.
okay.
What is it?
Can Brothers,
Han, H-A-N-D?
no, Can, C-A-N,
C-N. Brothers.
120 Ridge Road, Middleton. You know, that's only probably a few houses down the road from where my great-grandparents are buried.
Oh, wow.
Milton, New Hampshire?
Middleton,
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 and that's in New Hampshire,
yes it is.
okay.
Is that like what, Rochester or something?
It's, west of Wakefield, right by Union, as you go up 125, Wakefield's on the right side of 125.
It's quite a ways up there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hike.
Yeah.
Is that all the name on the front there?
Yep.
Can I just grab that sheet from you? Thank you.
I'm trying to find the end of this stuff, okay, here we got that. We've got exhibit C's filled out. And this thing. And we got all kinds of, oh, you can, here, you can have that put together.
Okay, thank you.
Here's the paper clip for it, cause we got copies. They just didn't separate it out. Here's a bit of, aside history, just about most of Ridge Road in Middleton was owned by the Pike family at one time or other.
Oh,
I've got cousins and uncles and grandparents that are all buried all up and down there in little single cemeteries and such.
oh, wow.
One was a Revolutionary War soldier too. So, good old Uncle Henry. Alright, exhibit B, for top coat and base coat per ton, we have $62.78. Price for handwork is $109.57. I assume it's a 5, looks that way. Square yard for reclaiming and fine grading is $1.94, and nothing on the other,
And what was the top price?
$62.78.
Is that short, cause I was so busy
I
writing, I
can
couldn't
fill
get
that
it.
out for you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, there's 2 pages in the back here that I missed to put on there.
And let's look at the Ken Brothers, I wrote his 62, 78.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Right.
That's the right one.
You got this one back there.
57, and then 129.
Yep.
Okay.
What's with that one?
Our incumbent supplier here is Advanced Excavating, is that, am I correct?
Our current one,
Yeah,
or past one?
well, current, the incumbent, the one we've been using.
Yes.
Yep.
Great. Advanced.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Alright. I'll put away my little.
Is that all the ones you got?
That's it,
Yep.
just those four.
So, Pike Industries didn't even submit.
Which one laughed at it?
The guy came over and we talked, I mean.
Right, but I mean, considering the amounts we,
Yeah, no,
we're
I,
small
no,
bit,
yeah, in the past, though, usually they throw something at it.
64, 69, 62, 94. Well, gentlemen, how do you wanna rank these fires, because obviously some are gonna be higher than lower, even, I mean,
Yeah, it's hard to come up with a total cost, because the variable, because, so the, top coat or base coat, I mean, we kinda know what that's gonna be roughly, right? Got a pretty good number?
Yeah, I mean, we'll,
I'm assuming you're basing that on the Grapevine
I
project.
guess
Yeah.
what's the
See right
majority out of these 4 categories? You got
Yeah.
base and
Yeah.
top coat, handwork, recleaning, and the other is kind of falls off, but those,
Yeah.
consider those 3 top categories. I would assume the top coat and base coat are gonna be your lion's share of that contract.
yeah, about 3,000 units,
Right.
tons, I mean, plus or minus.
The handwork and the reclaiming is gonna be only a fraction of it, probably.
Yeah, yeah, cause that's essentially
Great scheme of
trenches and when you tie into the driveways and stuff, there's
Right.
always some handwork.
Absolutely.
But no, but that would be any trench repairs, coming back to do anything like that, there're gonna be some of that to do. There's a couple small areas that we're gonna probably do less like, less than 200 tons,
Right.
well,
Oh dear. I mean, it's best I can see at this point in time, it looks like it's between Advanced and the Can Brothers.
yeah.
Can you speak to that? Is
Who?
it the Can Brothers, or
The
Can?
guy, a gentleman came down from Can Brothers and, seemed like a nice enough guy. I was pretty amazed, cause he never wrote anything down. I was, I figured so I didn't, to be honest with you, after he told me where they were, and the distance, I thought, well, probably maybe he isn't too interested. I couldn't read that. That's what I read from him, but obviously they're more interested than I ever assumed. I know absolutely nothing about them.
In round numbers, the delta, just based on that, is roughly, $5,200 in round numbers between, Can Brothers and Advanced, that they're, just for the top coat, the base coat,
Oh, for what, 3,000,
for 3,000,
ton?
ton, right?
The only difference is $5,200.
Yeah, extended.
Yeah, that makes sense, it's only $2,
Yeah.
less than $2 a,
$1.72.
Yeah. So it's in round numbers, it's about
Yeah.
$5,200. So,
I mean, you want dig into,
What's the history?
yeah, we don't have any
yeah, we don't
issue
know
with
anything about Can Brothers, right?
That's why we ask for references and such like that, that they can do our due diligence.
Did they submit it?
Yep. Yeah.
I borrow a calculator for a second.
Is there one on your phone?
No. On my what?
Yeah, for what?
What'd you say, my phone?
Your phone,
I leave that in the truck when I come in. So we don't have to listen to it ring. understand why other people don't do that, but
I just shut,
I guess they're more important than me.
I shut mine off.
Now, they get
Yeah, exactly, same idea.
list of clients, you have Berry Engineering, and then you have, Pepin and Sons, Brock's Paving, those are the clients, and projects, you got Hampton Inn, paving and site work. And then we have Atlantic Orthopedics, and Journey Church Lot,
Oh, parking lots.
Parking lots.
That's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, it's site work.
paving and site work. I'm not seeing any large.
Cause you would think if they were bidding on roads, that they
Right.
would have referenced a road or two here.
I mean, they got Brock's Paving down here, but I don't know what Brock's is gonna say.
Well,
Cause they're a competing bidder.
yeah, what Brock's does is they'll sub some stuff out.
Right.
Typically, they'll sub a smaller thing out to a smaller contractor. To be
Absolutely.
honest with you, Advanced Paving and Excavating does a lot of paving for Brock's.
Yeah,
I
Brock's
mean,
one
both
of
state and
Yeah.
small jobs, I mean, so I mean, that, the Can Brothers, they could be paving for them, they might be doing some small road paving, or similar type stuff, parking lots or a smaller job, I don't know
Do
that.
they
But
submit-
that's typical,
Mhm.
I mean, again, like I said, Advanced Paving does the same thing.
Did, Can Brothers submit, an equipment list?
No,
They didn't.
do we ask for one?
I don't know, I'm just wondering if,
No idea what.
yeah, I mean, we're not familiar with them, maybe that wouldn't be a bad thing to get.
Well, there is a big difference between parking lot paving.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, Jeff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Now, if they don't have the equipment, I mean, you would know better than I, if they have the equipment or not to do,
the
what
key
we
with it,
need.
typically is the trucks.
Yeah.
And a bigger paving.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if Brock's one of the, so we gave the bid to Brock's, they'd probably hire Advance to do the work for them.
You wanna know the truth?
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, that's what I'd do if I was Brock's, and then you just make a little bit of money on the side, or doing.
And they sell the asphalt either way. so-
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty typical in this area. They do have their own crews that come up from the south, but
Right.
they usually typically stay down. It's
Mhm.
it's all an availability of crews game too,
Yeah.
what you got for work.
And basically, they make $5 a ton on
I mean, they all know each other, they all work with each other, they all,
a, absolutely.
I mean, they're not,
My gut feeling is, I mean, not that low bid is not always the best way to go, because we've been burned before. And especially in the cemeteries with mowing. That being said, where they don't have a whole lot of real good, solid, examples of paving, like, working for the town of Middleton or Wakefield or something of that nature, where you could actually call them up and talk to the road agent and get some feedback. It's like I said, it's all parking lots and stuff like that.
yeah, which,
For such a little price, I don't have a problem going with Advanced, because one, they're closer to, we have experience with them, and
Yeah.
for $1.78, was it, per ton difference?
they give us, I feel they give us extremely good service. You know, receptive to a small town, they do a lot of work with small
And
towns.
they live in our backyard.
Yeah, and they have all the equipment we're talking about. I'm just gonna use this for an example, like Brock's. They have some of that equipment, but a lot of times they don't, like the reclaiming machine, giant rototiller, they'll hire Advanced Paving to do the reclaiming. It's, they all help each other and work for each other at a certain level.
Oh, I know Advanced sent in their equipment list, and it's 2 pages long.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they got very good equipment, it's,
Yeah, I guess what makes me nervous about, Can Brothers is that, it is all parking lot of site work.
yeah.
We don't
which-
know what equipment they have, and we don't know, if they've got any experience doing
And
roads.
their home base is a significant.
Oh, yeah,
area
they're
of
distance
the-
away,
I mean,
yeah.
I took these guys around and I explained to them that this is the lion's share, like Brian said, but you can't just have that, you gotta give a service on smaller things.
Right.
And I told them all the same thing, I said, I'm not gonna call you up and say you're gonna be here tomorrow, we'll develop a schedule that works. I mean, there's a good possibility, a couple places could be ready together, but then again, they might not. And they all understood it, and they didn't understand. I know past experience with Advanced, it doesn't make any difference what it is.
Well, I'm okay with advanced stuff.
I wanted to do one little thing just to show you something. When I get done, the number's gonna be closer than what
But that's a concern I have, is there's no roads on there, so I don't have any ideas how many trucks they'll have to service you.
Yeah,
And
if,
there's no communications from where he's done anything in any towns, even a small town, you know?
if you do the math on the reclaiming part of it,
Yeah,
we're gonna reclaim, and this is plus or minus 100 feet, 200 feet, whatever, it's basically 5,280 feet. And if you do, you times that, times the width, divide by 9, you get square yards, which is 14,080 square yards, and you times that out. For the reclaiming at
$1.40 versus $1.94.
$1.94, it's 27,315. At $1.40, it's 19,712. So you made up the difference in your asphalt
Right.
in just that one
Yep.
component of the job. I mean, you could go down the list and argue that a little more, like with R&D, but their paving price is so far out of whack there. I mean, it's like 4 something a ton out of the ballpark, you know. So, it's- I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I'd be much happier if we chose Advance just because of
Yeah,
I know we have a good working
Yeah,
relationship.
no, I'm leaning that way too.
Like I said, I know absolutely nothing about the can product.
I think that's everybody in the room right now.
Yeah, I just, they, that's all, like I said, I was kinda surprised, because the guy, he paid attention, obviously. There's no doubt about it, it had a good retention, or he wrote it all down, but I mean, he did, I was surprised.
I mean, this got 3 projects on its list, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly, it's not like they put in everybody else put an additional sheet with all kinds of projects.
And they may be new,
Mm-hmm.
you know, give them that they may be brand new,
Yeah.
but, you know, you don't have anything to develop a relationship with.
No, and again,
Do we wanna take that chance, have them cut their teeth on us?
well, yeah,
No.
the distance, kinda,
Well, I know the distance.
for the service, so I mean, that's,
I mean,
mobilization's a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause I mean, if they, depending on how they go, I mean, you're talking probably a minimum an hour just in travel time from there in a car, you know, with a truck of
Yeah.
any sort.
Yeah.
You know, you're longer, so I mean, it's a long day for them just traveling.
And, I mean, I would assume with that number for the reclaiming and fine grading, they probably don't have the reclaimer, cause that's a pretty expensive piece of equipment.
They'll have to rent
And they
it.
probably hire it from, like, Allstate Paving used to have one and they would rent it out
Yeah.
or stuff like that. I mean, again, like I said, there's all kinds of different angles with it.
it makes a difference too in the mix, doesn't it?
As far as,
For the base coat and the top coat, doesn't it make a difference in the mix
yes,
of the asphalt? I mean,
yes,
If you're doing parking lots, it's a different mix than road is, I believe.
yes, yeah, yeah.
So, cause I'm looking at, you know, you're talking about $2 difference, and,
Between the
cause he may end up chasing his material from the same place, Brock's.
I would assume that it's his only option is either Pike or Brock's. Or Continent. They're in,
Yeah,
they
that's
have,
true, too.
I don't, but, you know, so they're buying the same product from basically the same vendors,
Yeah,
you know.
that's all gonna meet state spec.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
gentlemen,
there's no such thing as a
At
gypsy
this
paving.
point, you know, I lean
Yes.
towards advanced also, you know. I don't know enough about the other one
Yeah.
to make a difference in, I'm gonna say it, cause you're talking about a lot of money,
Yeah,
a handful of dollars.
oh, I agree 100%, and when we take that other component and add in, it's actually probably a little cheaper.
And it certainly would be a big mistake to hire someone and find out we're not getting satisfaction.
Well, the worst thing is not
yes,
getting too busy where they can't show up to do it, that's a big
Yeah.
problem,
absolutely.
it can be.
Well, then, gentlemen, I'm gonna make a motion that we take and accept the bid from Advanced Excavating and Paving for $64.50 a ton for base coat and top coat, $115 a ton for handwork, and $1.40 per square yard for reclaiming and fine grading. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion, or will we beat that horse?
No, would be it.
Alright, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
We have a, thing.
I give a question for you before you
Yes.
leave.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're not
I wasn't
going anywhere
leaving.
yet.
Okay, good. Only 'cause it's every couple of weeks.
The bridge.
Yeah. That's my question.
Lean even, she already said, hey, you better find out about that bridge, 'cause we're gonna talk about it Thursday night. To be honest, I called twice this week, yesterday and today, the guy in the DES I'm dealing with. They didn't tell me he was on vacation, but he didn't call me back, so I'm thinking this week, either he's really busy. I don't think he's involved with that PFO business down the bottom part of the state, but I didn't get any kind of response from him
Okay.
as of today. But I'll try again tomorrow.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that. I mean, I did try to, cause Lean even reminded me, she said, do that. And I said, yep. In fact, I think he even texted me yesterday.
I did.
We not only talked about it in person, she even texted me. So, she's pushing me.
We'll send one back to them, and then we'll keep one for ourselves.
So,
Unless you want us to sign all 5 of them.
Nope.
So we can send one back with them, original signatures, and keep
Yeah.
one for ourselves.
Yep, we could do that, save me making copies and,
Yep,
There's one of
which
them.
makes sense, or scanning it, that.
yep,
No, the other copies might as well.
yep.
You want one for yourself? Keep on file?
No.
Didn't think so.
I wrote it down. I know what it is. That's all the,
So I'll see you on the 16th.
that's 2 weeks?
Yeah, I've got them on the agenda.
Oh, yeah, sure. No problem. I told you I'd do that. I don't live far away. And if you're having meetings like this, it's pretty good. It's pretty short.
Thank you.
Well, I say they're short. I don't know. Maybe you got a lot of stuff to.
Here's one.
Yeah, they have a nice list too on here, all their, town of Hillsborough, town of Auburn, town of Ware, town of New Boston.
Yeah, they do a
Along with a
lot
whole
of
bunch of
different
other
towns.
stuff, that's a nice list. Hannaford,
There it is.
Farnsted, and they do them all.
They-
And they did a good job.
Like I say, they've kind of got that niche now, they've
Yeah.
into working with municipalities. They got all, again, like I said, they have all the equipment, so they can be a full service.
Sure.
And I do, I think the rates are fair.
Yeah. Well, how many years you been dealing with it?
5.
Yeah, so I mean, they know the town,
They know what we
they got it
expect.
dialed in, I think, at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, again, they like it, cause logistically it's fairly close.
yeah.
Well, they're in our backyard,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Suncook's where the yard is, they buy 90% of the asphalt from Brock's, so the trucking factor isn't.
When they buy that asphalt, like when they do a job, do they have to haul it, or does Brock bring it to the site for them? and then-
It's one of those things, they all work together, typically they
Yeah.
have their own trucks and then they'll hire additional
Well,
trucks,
they-
and then they all kinda work together on it sometimes.
Yeah, they all share in the pain.
Then I didn't-
Well, they'll start out in the morning and it's a lot to it, scheduling, because if they're paving for the town of Dunbarton today and they're gonna, they want 1,500 tons of asphalt, it's a big day.
Yeah.
So they get a bunch of trucks, and then as the day starts to go down, they get caught up, there'll be another, Brock's will say, hey, you got any extra trucks, or even, I don't know about R&D, but another paving company that they deal with, they'll say, hey, you got a couple extra trucks, we'd like to put them, so they'll take a
So
couple
they start
trucks and
peeling
go over
them
there.
off, yeah.
Yeah, just, it gives
But are
them,
these, the large 18-wheeler type trucks, or are these, 10-wheel?
they have the,
Depends.
they
I don't
have a
remember
couple,
what they use on
the
Grapevine, I didn't
combination.
see it.
the big long trailers.
Yeah,
And also the triaxle dumps. Typically, they use the triaxles here because it's closer.
yeah.
If they were working in Hillsborough, they like
They
to
use
send
the
the
big
trailers, because it's further, they haul
Yeah.
more.
Oh, yeah.
But it can be any combination there, depends on what the day's schedule is.
So
Like I said, it's
kept the
quite
temperature
a-
and everything.
Yeah,
for any of them, it's quite an art to even Pike or Brock's or Continental, it's a pretty big deal to schedule all that, and keep it straight, cause it's all about production.
Right. I know with the state, it's all gonna be up to temperature and everything like that, they actually have inspectors on site, they'll actually measure the temperature, and if it's 10 degrees less than what it's supposed to be, there's an assessment on it that will actually take money off per ton.
Really?
Oh yeah, we figured that out right down to the
They don't
temperature.
have a way of reheating that while it's in those,
Well, it depends on the truck they use, some might have a
furnace or-
heated body or something,
Yeah.
but, not necessarily. That's why it's, like they said, it's an iron, especially in the cold weather.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta be real
yeah,
careful.
but in a fall night.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about the asphalt mix, I mean, they produce it in a large silo, so you have to
Oh,
kinda,
they do.
you know, and it was stored in a silo,
Mhm.
and then trucks come in, so I mean, the mix is a consistent state approved mix, they don't,
It's always
you
been
know, they don't have a
stored.
bunch of different silos, and
Yeah, yeah.
Jeff Crosby comes in to do a repair job or
Mhm.
a parking lot, and he gets